welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm ScrapMan, bringing you another episode of Trailmakers. I got a little chicken buddy next to me, and today we're going to be attempting, and I really stress attempting, to build a bipedal walker. And I want it to look as realistic as possible, but when I imagine trying to do that, the more I see failure happening. But I figured that's just the way it's gonna go, and we'll just see what happens. Now, the big obstacle with bipedal walkers is balance. Like, obviously, it's just when you lift one leg up, it's no longer supporting you, and humans are pretty good at finding their own balance, but their joints are a lot more complicated than what we're gonna be working with here in Trailmakers. So I figure the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna have a dummy seat here, just something that I can use to control, and I'm actually gonna create just a basic stand. Like, this is not gonna be the walker at all. This is just gonna be something that we're gonna build a single leg. All right, so here's our building canvas. So I think for the joints, I'm gonna use the rotating servo because I think it's gonna be the easiest to kind of just have the rotation on, and I think it looks really cool for like a mech style bipedal walker. Like, these things just fit that really well as joints. So this is going to be the hip joint, which obviously is not quite as versatile as a hip joint, which is a ball joint. So this is only going to have 1 degree of motion. So I'm actually going to separate this out just a little bit because I kind of feel like it's going to be rubbing if I do this way. All right, so theoretically, this should be a hip and a knee. So now I'm gonna try to test out some programming functions, and I think I might make it so that it's kind of like a QWOP style thing where each button controls a leg, and one button push is gonna have multiple little controls, which will make it just, you have to do it just right, otherwise it's not gonna work. Or perhaps it just doesn't work at all, but that's what the testing is for. All right, then let's imagine having a foot right here. So this is just a prototype leg. All of this, the shape is a placeholder, but the joints is what we're focusing on right now. So, oh, I just realized we need our stand to be a little bit taller. Okay, so if I press this button, that's what the leg is gonna do. All right, it seems like, are they at different angles or something? I feel like they should start and stop at the same time, but they're actually starting and stopping at different times. Angle 80, speed 2. Angle 80, speed 2. Oh, wait. If you look at the speed bar, there's a subtle difference in the position, but it's still 0.2. So I wonder if there's hundredths that are going on over here that we can't actually see. So I'm gonna highlight both of them, and I'm gonna just adjust them both to the same speed. Let's go a little bit faster. Let's go 0.3. All right, how's this going? Oh, wow. I think that actually made the difference. All right, so now if I paste that to another side, I don't know if this is no way this is gonna work. There's no way this is gonna work. It's just, it looks good in practice, or it looks good in theory, but in practice, it's just, this is not gonna work. So now imagine if this was just my mech right here. I just paste this to the other side. Oh, this is terrible. This is gonna be absolutely terrible. All right, so now, I should have tested this on the stand to just test both legs. The left leg, oh. Great. Great start. Great start. All right, so the problem is right now that doesn't actually support its own weight. So what I'm gonna do is just widen the feet a little bit if I can. All right, so let's see if this does anything. All right. All right, so when we look at the actual, like, stepping, though, it doesn't look too bad. Here, let me get rid of this stuff. So what I'm thinking about doing now is adding a weight shifting mechanism in here. Because if you look at the steps, like, that looks believable, right? All right, so now I'm just gonna put steering hinges on, like, the ankles, and it's going to help me, like, shift my weight side to side as I step, and part of me feels like it's just gonna make things worse, but part of me feels like there's a chance. All right, so let's see if this works. When I press one leg, the other leg should tilt me over about 30 degrees. Now, like, when I imagine this happening, it's just terrible. All right, well, let's see what happens. Right leg first. You know what? Maybe it needs to tilt faster. Because you can see it trying to tilt me, but it's just clearly, it doesn't have that effect. Oh, wait, I'm missing the obvious. I am missing so much obviousness here. I need to make sure that the feet actually have more weight than the rest of it. So at least like the... Actually, this probably isn't a good idea either. Let's just see what this does. But part of me feels like this just cancels out anyway. But I'm hoping it's at least going to make the feet a little bit more prone to holding us down while we do the lean. Huh. All right, so I'm going to give all of these a delay of 0.2. So I'm hoping the lean will happen before the leg lifts up. Okay, here's the issue. Because when I lean, I'm actually just pushing myself over rather than leaning. Like the foot... Oh, hold on a second. I don't know. I think the issue is that my leg stance is too wide. So rather than leaning over, I'm just tilting my ankle instead. And I can't shift my weight over to the side. So I think I need to move my leg base in a little bit. All right, let's see if this helps with the leaning now that my legs are closer together. Theoretically, it should make me less stable, but let's find out. Okay, so there's the issue. Okay, now I need to add some weight to the outside of these feet. But then again, like, I still feel like adding equal weight to either side just cancels itself out. But the main thing is I want my weight to be lower. I want my center of mass to be lower. So that's what this helps with. Dang it. You know what? Maybe I can help. Maybe what we can do is we actually push on this side as we pull on this side. This might actually work. All right, let's see how this works. Oh, look at that lean. Oh, we just took our first step. Baby's first steps. Oh, look at him go. Okay, now he's falling over. All right, so now what we have to do, we have to kind of make sure that our weight stays forward. So I'm just, right now, like, this is not going to be the final visual aesthetic concept. Right now, I'm just using proof of concept, just to see if we can actually even get this thing to work. So I'm going to add 50 kilograms right front and center, right there. So I'm hoping that we'll have an overall front-weighted thing. Oh, man, it is so close. All right, now let's try widening the foot base more like this. See if this helps us with the front to back stability. All right, well, that definitely helps. Whoops. All right, now we're just gonna have giant feet. Now if we do, here, let's make this less extreme by going like that. All right, now let's see if this is a decent foot base. All right, like that is okay. We have like a bipedal walker now. You just have to get the timing down right. All right, so now theoretically, if I make my legs longer, we should take bigger steps. All right, so now we are gonna be so unstable. We've just doubled our leg length. Oh boy. All right, ready? Oh, look at that step. Okay, so now I'm realizing, now that we've doubled the leg length, that means that the 30 degrees of tilt on our ankles is way, way more extreme. So let's go ahead and fix that and change it down to 15. Since we doubled our leg length, I'm just gonna half the angle. All right, let's see how this feels. Shift the weight. All right, that wasn't so bad. Shift the weight. Shift the weight. Ugh. Like, there's just this weird, like, twisting action that happens. I don't know how I feel about it. But, like, ultimately, it's kind of working. I'm gonna make the feet heavier, see if that gives us any more ground stability. All right, let's see how this does. I just added, I doubled the weight of the feet and I added it more to the outside. So let's see how this feels. I mean, it doesn't have to work great, right? It just has to work. And like, I'd say that this is pretty much work. And look, if I wanted to, I can even start turning. Guys, this is like, I don't think you understand how effective this really is. Like, we have a bipedal walking with turning. Like, I can go wherever I want. Okay, so now I'm gonna run the risk of ruining everything by trying to make it look good. So I don't want this thing to be just legs. And now that I'm looking at it, can I actually, hold on. I want to widen these. I want to see what happens if we widen these legs a little bit. If we're this much taller, Does that mean that we can actually be wider? Because right now it just looks like Mr. Skinny Legs. Now let's see how this affects our walking ability. Oh yeah, see, that ruined it. That like actually, we can no longer lean effectively. You can see once we try to start leaning, doesn't really want to do it. All right, so you know what? Maybe just a singular block more. So 2 blocks total might still be effective. All right, let's see how this affects us. It's still kind of working. I don't feel quite as stable. All right, so here we go. I think we have somewhat of an effective walker here. Now it's my job to make it look good. Make it look something thumbnail worthy, I hope. All right, let's see if this actually works. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the, I'm just not the final product. This thing's probably not gonna work, but welcome to the aesthetically enhanced walker. I really don't think this is gonna work because I've added a lot of weight to the top of this thing. I've added a lot of stuff to the feet here. Oh, and I'm just realizing now that the feet do not have an opportunity to angle themselves anymore because of what I did here. So I'm gonna have to get rid of this thing to leave some space. All right, so now we should be able to lean ourselves. Now the question is has all the weight that I've added to this thing changed or ruined the walking mechanics? I'm gonna bet yes, but let's find out. Okay, ready? Right foot. Left foot. Oh, man. Well, we haven't fallen over. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Ready for that? Look at that. Look at that. Oh, you ready for this? Look at, oh, whoops. I didn't, hold on. Wait. You didn't see that. You didn't see that. All right, so what I meant to show you was, you ready for this? Oh, yeah, so that should be slower. That should definitely be slower. Oh, yeah, there we go. So we can do this. Is that intimidating? Is that, I mean, it's not the most intimidating thing. Like, I can't aim up or down. I didn't really feel like putting that kind of functionality in there. But we can kind of, like, walk a little bit. I feel like maybe it wouldn't hurt to... Whoa. This is actually feeling okay right now. This is actually looking really good, too. Look at this. I gotta be honest, I totally just used the cannon's recoil to prevent myself from face planting there. I gotta admit, I'm honestly surprised at how effective this turned out to be. I wasn't expecting anything to walk. Because remember, like, this has no stabilization in it. This isn't using, like, I've seen some walkers use the gimbal jets to kind of keep the head, like, kind of above the ground by floating pretty much. And then the legs just kind of like hit the ground to kind of walk it along. But this isn't using anything like that. It's pure weight distribution. And it seems to actually work, which I am just really surprised at. I surpassed my own expectations. I hope I've surpassed your expectations too. But in the ScrapMan fashion, you know, like we do, once we create something that works okay, naturally we want to kind of push it to its limits and just make it kind of ridiculous. So I'm gonna add a bunch of thrusters to this thing in different fashions. First, we're gonna do like the ultimate face plant. I think I'm just gonna add a bunch of thrusters directly onto the back of this, and we're gonna watch it face plant. I just want to see what kind of destruction happens. Take a look at those thrusters. This is gonna face plant me right into the ground. All right, let's start walking first. Make it, oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay, all right, yeah. So the weight on the top with the thrusters are very heavy. That definitely makes walking much less efficient. Maybe if I just kind of inch myself. Okay, that's not really working that well either. All right, you know what? Only one thing left to do. We're gonna thrust this thing. That was exactly what I was hoping for. I'm gonna do that again. I have to see that again. All right. Ultimate face plant. All right, what angle should we do? We have to do all the angles. Ultimate face plant from the front. Here we go. I love how it just explodes us too. We have to do first person face plant. All right, hold on. Where's first person? Is this first person? Top seat camera. All right, no, here's first person. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, that was the wrong button. That's our cannon. 3, 2, 1, go. That was awesome. Oh, I thought that was my character flying up in the air. That was just my camera going into third person. All right, and then one more side view. Maybe we'll do this one in slow motion. And it's glorious. Okay, so now the next logical thing to do is instead of putting the thrusters facing forward, let's put them facing up and see if we can get this thing to actually fly. All right, this should hopefully get us up in the air. We got 8 thrusters. I hope that's enough. All right, and go. Oh, go. All right, well, that one didn't go quite as I had hoped. We might need some more thrusters. Oh, I see a spot. Hold on. All right, this should hopefully get us up in the air. It's not going to be very fast, though. And go. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. There it goes. Oh, we're walking. We're tipping ourselves forward. Oh, did we not even get damaged at all? I don't even think we lost any pieces there. Well, that's awesome. We can actually, like, use our legs to kind of control ourselves almost. Well, we can only tip forward. We can't do anything else. Ooh. All right, I kind of want to add more thrusters. I want to see this thing go faster. Here, let's put some on the actual legs themselves, because there's no way that could go wrong. So we've nearly doubled our thrust, and go! Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, there we go. There we go. And what happens if we try to walk? It's like we're an acrobat. It's like I feel like a figure skater. I really feel like a figure skater right now. This is actually kind of awesome. This is so cool. All right, and now we're drowning. Oh, and I've created an underwater death trap. You get kicked out of the seat and trapped in the body. That's terrible. Let's do that again. I just want to look at... All right, so check that out. We're totally a figure skater right now. I love that. This looks legit. It's like I almost meant for this to happen. And look at the smoke trails too. All right, now let's go the other way. Slowing down. Going the other way. Barreling right down towards the ground. In a glorious landing. Or not. All right, so let's spawn in the original actual semi-functional thing. Oh, this is not going to work on uneven terrain at all. Well, let's just remind ourselves where we started from, or what we came from, which is this semi-functional bipedal walker. I'm going to say that this is actually like, this is pretty much a success. So let me know what you thought. Do you have any advice on how to get rid of that kind of twisting fashion? I feel like it's just, you just have to add a lot more complexity with the joints and stuff to really counteract that twisting fashion. But maybe there's a simpler way that I don't know. I have no knowledge or study of robotics at all. I'm just doing this based off of imagining what I should be doing in my head and eventually that results in some face plants. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Let me know what your favorite part was. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss future content like this. This has been ScrapMan, and I'll see you next time. Bye.